What's up? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Redcat Live. It's that one show where we tell you how to hide all of your awesome RC products from your significant other. We may leave that for another episode. But we're here today. We're here now. Thank you guys so much for joining. We got another great episode for you guys today. We're going to be doing an unboxing of an old relic of ours, but a long-standing staple product that has worked amazingly over the years. We're going to talk about the Gen 7 Sport as well as the Gen 7 Pro. We're going to do an unboxing, go over the specs on it. This is by no means a new product. This is a product that's been around for quite some time, but unfortunately, due to just how far back we've introduced it, we wanted to kind of give these folks that are trying to get into the hobby, that love trailing and crawling and anything in that fashion of off-roading, an opportunity to be able to pick something up for the coming holiday. So, what's going on, Eric? Oh my gosh, it's Eric Sarceno from Gen7. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Vince Vargas, man, what's going on? Hopefully you keeping it down now, JJ's, man. Much love. To a lot of you guys on the West Coast, you guys are seeing my face, which a lot of people have said I have a face for radio, but my voice is also for radio. Kind of confusing. I don't know what they mean by it, but I'll take it as a compliment, I guess. But for a lot of you guys out on the West Coast, you guys are seeing me at an earlier hour time than normal. Unfortunately, here in Arizona, the time change never changes. So while you guys are springing forward and falling back, we just stay stagnant at the same time. So at this time for you guys on the West Coast, you guys are seeing me at about 2:30 p.m. and I believe 5:30 on the East Coast. So guys, thank you guys for joining, being a part of it. Got a lot of greatness going on today, and I really wanted to highlight this next product because it's really important to me. It's a product that honestly was a huge foundation for what would then create, or I should say motivate the creation of a later platform like the Gen 8. It's something that for us at Redcat is a very, very staple product and has been very amazing to be a part of its growth in the process. Colorado's in the house. What's going on? How you doing, Jeff? We got Michael Hawthorne's all the way from Philly. Hawkins, my apologies. Ohio's in the house. John Henry, how you doing, sir? Man, I love it, man. I got Jeffrey's in the house. Jeffrey's, what's up, brother? Hopefully you're having a great one. Loved your video you just shared, man. Great information. I love that side-to-side swing. If you're into the lowrider 64 scene, check out Jeffrey's. He just dropped an awesome video showing you guys how to do a how-to on getting Hero 64 to do a side-to-side dance. So way awesome, really simple, and very effective. Check it out. Michigan's in the house, man. What's going on, John? Danny LaBeouf, always here. What's going on, brother? And see, Angela Bubba's in the house. Michael Thomas is in the house. Oregon is here. Man, I love it, guys. Appreciate the love and support, man. You guys are awesome. You guys make this just enjoyable to do, right? You always get kind of skeptic and a little bit weird when you get the negative people coming on board, and you don't want to read those comments, but it's the nature of the beast. And I love the positivity that you guys bring to the table. So much love, guys. Thank you. We got Aaron all the way from Canada. Man, can I get some maple syrup, eh? I love it, man. Danny finally got his rock crawler. Yeah, brother. Danny, I can more than happy to help you out with that and give you some pointers in the process, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Eric, you know what? Jeffrey said the same thing, man. He was actually supposed to come and sign my, Jeffrey's edition sneakers that I'm having made. I'm just kidding. No, but that would be dope, wouldn't it? So guys, what product we got today? It is the Redcat Gen 7. Where did it come from? How was it created? Well, the backstory on this specific product, before I bring it in to frame for you guys, it's kind of a really cool, in my opinion, a Cinderella tale, right? And this honestly is one of the reasons why I love working at Redcat so much. At Redcat, we don't just keep the blinders on. We're always looking for new and innovative ways to bring you guys amazing products. Some of them fail, some of them succeed, but we're trying. We're trying and applying applications for other things. It's something that you'll see happen in this product, but it wasn't on our behalf, right? Many moons ago, there was a dealer, Two Guys Trail Gear, who actually were buying Everest 10s and finding a way to repurpose them for a more scalar trail type of feel. So they teamed up with the awesome folks, and if you don't know this name, in this era, I understand, but if you don't know this name, you really should get to know it. BPC Chassis. BPC Chassis, honestly, is based out of Northern California. Bruce P's great guy. The man is amazing, and he designed this a chassis called the Gen 6, and he had a couple predecessors to it in the past. Very competitive chassis. We've used it for multitude of other products in combination with that chassis. From my old, crawler days, comp crawling and what have you, it really was a staple product to use. His chassis were thick, approximately 3 millimeters in steel, hefty, so it allowed for lower center of gravity, and he allowed for a low belly drop of the electronics, allowing, again, low center of gravity to be created and allowing your crawler to be very capable. Over the course of the time, BPC Chassis has since blown up, offering a plethora of products for the crawler community and really has become a huge staple to it. Well, Two Guys Trail Gear saw the benefits of what BPC Chassis was doing and decided that they would modify an Everest 10 using that Gen 6 platform, as the chassis was called, and converting what you eventually would end up seeing was the Gen 7. Speeding forward about a year or so, at SEMA, Two Guys Trail Gear happened to come to the booth, check out Redcat, because we've been at SEMA for years and years. And what ended up transpiring was that they brought a prototype version of this Everest 10 modified truck. And the reason for it was, again, to offer a more trail scale feel to it. A thing about Two Guys Trail Gears is that they actually have offered in the past a multitude of products for the off-road enthusiasts, pertaining all the way from LED lights, including mounts for them as well. Really bright stuff, and these guys have been in the industry for many years in the one-to-one scene. So it was a no-brainer for them to collaboratively, yeah, haven't had my caffeine this afternoon, to collaboratively work together and create what you will then see as the Gen 7. Luckily, the factory was here visiting as well. Everything just kind of fell into place. Two Guys Trail Gear, Redcat Racing, and the factory all sat down and decided that this was going to be the best movement going forward, which is to create this product in this standpoint. So honestly, this next product would not have been possible without the immense help from BPC Chassis, Two Guys Trail Gears, which honestly sparked another realm for us many years ago into the crawler scene. So let me double check some messages here, make sure I'm getting to you guys, and then we'll get into some of the specs on the vehicle and what makes this so different from other products, as well as why anyone would want or need to buy one. Let's see here. Let me double check here. San Diego's in the house. I love it, guys. Harley Van Villet is from Holland. He's saying what's good. Man, got Tony Gutierrez, Alex Zamora. What's up, brother? Let's see. Tony said his first crawler was a Gen 7. See, again, it's been a really good truck for those folks that was your first time going out. Why? Well, the price point is phenomenal, right? The Sport comes in at about, oh shit, did I not write that? I didn't write it. Okay, my apologies. Let's see here. I thought I wrote that one down and I did not write it down. So the Everest Sport, the Gen 7 Everest Sport comes in at $229. The Everest 7 Pro comes at $279. When you compare the truck in comparison to what is out there in the crawler scene, really it's apples to oranges when it comes to a price point. But don't let the price point detour you from purchasing one. It's a very capable rig, and it has immense potential if you wanted to buy something that you can then modify and make it to something amazing. Let's see. We got Glenn saying, what's up from Virginia? What's going on, brother? John Henry says his Gen 7 is mostly modded. I love it, man. Um, Had two Gen 7s and has a monster Gen 7 6x6. That's John Blankenship. Man, I want to see that, John. Please share some pictures when you get a chance on the page. I want to check it out. Tag me in it. I'm on all the Redcat pages as well. Um, Hello from Hilltop RC Park in upstate New York. Man, love. What's good? We got Vincent from Georgia. What's going on? Man, I love it, man. It's awesome. So, the Gen 7, all in all, the Sport, more or less, is available in two colors. We offer it in a silver and a red at this time. Both the Sport and the Gen 7 will come with all of these things listed. And then I'll tell you what the differences are between the two. Gen 7 Sport will come with that BPC chassis, 3mm steel ladder frame chassis. It accommodates a 4-link suspension, and trust me when I say it is stout. And the weight of it may seem a little off to you because of how much it weighs and the build you're making. You may want to go lighter or whatnot, but trust me when I say that once you add everything onto this chassis, no matter what platform you convert into it, it really does very well. It includes 4-link suspension, aluminum capped oil filled shocks, functional licensed Interco Super Swamper 1.9 wheels and tires, or 1.9 tires on 1.9 wheels. It does have a lockout spool. Aluminum wheel hexes and ball bearings throughout. It does have the capability of an adjustable wheelbase from 317 millimeters all the way up to 325. Multiple shock positions, which is one thing I love about BPC chassis, allows you to position, I want to say, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, something like 24 different configurations thereof, which allows you to then, if you're looking at the side of the chassis, wheel and wheel, and this is the left side, it allows you to tilt your shocks at the position that you want. Why do you need that adjustability? Well, depending on how you're crawling, what you're using it for, the length of your shocks, whether you want to droop your suspension or not, the positioning and the opportunity to position gives you that big of an advantage to be able to bite onto a rock when you're trying to crawl over it. So great thing to keep in mind. As a ready-to-run fashion, it does come with adjustable approach and departure angles, tunable suspension. The Sport does come with dog bone axles. As mentioned before, licensed Interco Super Swamper tires. It does have more of a scale looking body, although it's not a licensed body by any means. I'd say it kind of reminds me of a modern or a retro model of like what a Suburban would look like, or its own version of a Cherokee, something off-roadish. It looks mean. The shackle-mounted bumpers, it is LED ready. Both of these products do come in a brushed fashion with the 550 can brush motor, the Hexfly waterproofed ESC done by Hobbywing with 3 selectable drag brake functions. That allows you to adjust the drag brake feature depending on when you're coming down a hill. If you want to be more aggressive, let's say your truck is now even heavier than it was before because you accessorized it, you're going to want to go with a more aggressive drag brake. If the truck is then lighter, you can then manipulate it to your specific needs. The ESC can handle up to 3S, which is a great feature. It does come with the Hexfly 15 kg metal gear steering servo. Obviously, like all of our Redcat products, they come with a 2.4 gigahertz radio that comes factory on all of our, 90% all of our platforms, really, with the exception of the lowriders. It does come assembled as a ready to run, and it does include a 7.2 2000 mAh nickel metal hydrate battery. It does also include a wall charger, and all you need to do is install 4 AA batteries after you charge your vehicle battery, and you can be off and running. Let me double check, make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hayden, I agree, man. The BPC chassis is extremely heavily underrated. If you come from the realm where I came from Northern California growing up, in the RC scene and then getting into the RC crawling scene sometime late or early 2010s, BPC chassis was already making a name for itself and has been a huge staple for a lot of folks that have been in the hobby for ages. For us in Northern California, BPC chassis is and has been a standard for many years. So if you don't know, really get to know, and you can check them out online as well as at bpcchassis.com. Lots of options to choose from and products that may fit your needs in your pocketbook. One of the biggest changes that you're going to see between the Pro and the Sport is that the Pro is offered in a 2-color combination as well, offering it in a green or a black. Instead of having dog bone axles, it does come with CVA axles, as well as some additional parts that kind of make it really cool. Steel axle skid plates. These will go underneath the pumpkins of your differentials to help with more longevity, less wear and tear on the plastic, and hopefully allow you to just slide over rocks a little bit easier, especially once it gets broken in, and you get the paint off of it and you just kind of get scuffed up. It does come with the chassis mounted roll cage, body tilt system that allows you to tilt the body to access the battery to replace it. Quite a bit of accessories from, I want to say, outer fenders, molded snorkel, shackle mounts on the bumpers, D-rings, hitch ball, even LED mounts, folding mirrors, roof rack, spare tire, a jack, fuel cans, shovel, axe, sand ladder. I mean, like, what do you want for $279? That is a deal. I'm telling you, like, what you're getting, all in all, is honestly a great truck for the buck. But just because you purchase a truck at a great price doesn't mean you're stuck with just its capabilities. As things wear and tear, you can drop a amazing aftermarket higher end brush system, something like what we've been running in the Marksman. You can go to something from Castle, Hobby Wing, Tekin. There's so many other options for a brushless system that this vehicle can then take. Servo, you can then end up going with something from a Reeves, like a 444 or a ProTech 370 or 170. Savox. There's a bunch of options. Something at minimum at a 444 would be amazing. Being able to then utilize a higher end ESC would allow you to be able to bump your BEC, which is the voltage out of your electronic speed control, which then can take even more or give more power to your servo and give you even more power when turning. The factory system is set at 6 volts, so it is nimble in that fashion, but it is a great entry-level crawler, and that's why we chose such electronics for this platform. Hobby Wing Fusion for the wing. Yeah, man, great option as well. I haven't had the pleasure of playing with the Fusion, but I hear and I've seen amazing things of it so far. Let's see here. Will the transmitter... Yep. Someone already answered that one. Perfect. So, with that said, guys, the other main difference between the two, with the additional things that you get, you also end up getting a 3000 mAh 7.2 volt battery compared to the 2000 in the Sport. All in all, it's a great product for the person that you are debating whether or not you want to get into crawling, or if you have a kid that likes to go crawling with you, but you don't know if he's going to take or not. This is a great platform aside from the Everest 10, right? The Everest 10 is a great price point of like 160, 169 if I'm not mistaken. And it's a great entry level for the younger crowd. Let's say that you're at that other point where you're in your, maybe 10 to 13 year range, and you don't know if he's going to really want to take. An Everest 10 might feel a little more toyish, while a Gen 7 will be a little more stout and capable for him or her to enjoy. So definitely keep that in mind. The options thereof are endless. You have options for bodies. You have the hinging mechanism that comes on the Gen 7 Pro. You can remove and use body mounts and attach any other aftermarket body within sizing and wheelbase that fits it. So there's lots of options for you to be able to customize and grow with as you go, right? It's not going to be a truck that's just going to leave you high and dry in one scenario and you're kind of boxed within this price frame, so that's all you can get. it will grow with you, and that's the best part about this product. So obviously the folks at Two Guys Trail Gear and BPC Chassis thought about this and wanted to make sure that when they brought it to the table to Redcat, that they were going to give everyone an option for growth, and they did that, and we love them for that. And because of them, we have this awesome product. So let's get into it really quick. Let's do an unboxing. This will be the Gen 7 Sport, and as I mentioned, the Gen 7 Pro comes with a little bit extra goodies. At a different price point of, what is it, well, 230 to 280, so 30, 40, 40, 50, 70, 80. So about $50 difference, right, between the two. You end up getting a couple more upgrades that I kind of feel are worth spending the extra $50 on. If you're the kind of guy that, has a rig that you just is dead and you want to swap everything over to a chassis that fashion, you can do that too. It can house many options for electronics that will work for you and your needs. John Henry, Gen 8 portal axle upgrade. Yeah, man, that'd be cool. I mean, I've seen some folks do it as well, and it's a fun thing to do. Just be careful, you got to add a panel or bar and a mount in that fashion. And I believe ours does come with that. Someone asked a question. Jamie Hernandez, shredder or blackout, which do you prefer? They both have a whole different avenue to go with, right? A shredder is going to be definitely more of a basher, while your blackout series, it's kind of more of that buggy or, short course truck. Blackout is a great truck, and we're actually going to do an episode on the Blackout here in the future as well, and go over all of them and what they are, and the price points on them and why they are what they are for you guys. If you like bashing a little bit more, I definitely would say the shredder would be more enjoyable for you. If you're not a huge basher, then the Blackout will probably be, your better option. Clay Keats is in the house. What's going on, brother? Christian Williams, nitro or electric? These are electric, sir. All right, so without further ado, let's open up the Sport and show you guys what's inside of it, and we can go from there. And as I mentioned before, the Pro does not have many additional changes that are as noticeable other than what I've mentioned, and a couple of them I believe are definitely worth the buck, from the steel plates that go on the axles to just the scale goodies in that fashion, the CVAs over the dog bones. It would be, I feel like, a better truck if you were going to upgrade it in the future. So, all right, here we go. So as you guys can see, open up the box. It comes with nice, I think it's called like air foam is what they call it, which is pretty much just plastic bags with air inside of them to help protect during transportation. As you guys can see, the body itself is wrapped in like a cellophane. The remote itself is housed inside of a plastic bubble. Keep it from getting damaged. And let's see if we can take this bad boy out. I really like this packaging. It's really nice. There we go. All right. So let's start with the actual truck itself. So this is what I was explaining to you guys. The body of the Gen 7 has this like just aggressive off-road look. Again, it's not a licensed body. It's not a super scale body, but at this time when this came out, this was the direction that we wanted to start going with, which then would motivate or influence the Gen 8 to be created. A lot of the parts on this bad boy, when it was originally created from Two Guys Trail Gears, was to repurpose the Everest 10. So they had to do some modifications on their end, but word has it is that they were able to get down their modifications and conversions down to just about 30 minutes per vehicle. Well, we felt bad for them. We didn't want them to have to do that every single day. So the factory made those changes for us, and it allowed for those things to not have to happen, and they just started coming from the factory this way. So obviously the Sport does not come with a hinged mechanism, but you do have your body mounts that are included. And here's the body itself, guys. There's the front end. Right? Oops, let me have my face. There we go. So just a standard Lexan body, guys. Like anything else, is going to wear and tear over time. Once you wear through it, you have the mounting points that are adjustable in height to accept multitude of bodies. And I believe this would be a 12.3 wheelbase. So trust me when I say there are a lot. So whether you're a Ford fan, a Chevy fan, a Dodge fan, there's bodies out there for your liking. One thing that BPC chassis introduced many moons ago was their electronics tray. And I still use these till this day on almost all of my crawler builds because I love the way it houses all of the electronics. And you guys can take a look here, ahead of my head. You have the, oops, let me go this way and go here. All right, so you have the ladder frame that we're talking about, right? You end up having all of these mounting points on the suspension itself right here. That kind of allows you to see all the different mounting points of your suspension to then change the angle based on your driving needs and shock length needs. When it comes to setting up a crawler, you have lots of options in that fashion. If this truck came with straight links, straight on underneath, this truck would actually end up sitting a lot higher. You know, the guys at Two Guys Trail Gear, BBC Chassis, and then the engineers here at Redcat working together collaboratively to then at the end give you an end product, decided that the best option was to maintain those bent links to then give it a proper stance. That is a good thing, in my opinion, because it allows you to run a longer bore shock that if you were to remove some oil of it will allow it to droop down a little bit more. And once it droops down a little bit more and you're at that point where you're on a rock and you need the spacing for it, right, the movement, it may be sitting at this level, but then it'll actually end up dropping that wheel and then giving you even more articulation because of it. So great tunability in that fashion. You know, lots of shock options. A lot of these things for this type of setup are going to be interchangeable with things that are out there. The one thing that I will say, if you do buy a Gen 7 Sport, it wouldn't be a bad idea to upgrade to a metal spool in the axles, especially if you're going to be going brushless in the future. Oh, video starting and stopping. Let me see here. Settings, drop down. Okay, hopefully it stops stopping here, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. So as mentioned, one thing that I loved about the battery tray. So BPC Chassis started offering these battery trays for other platforms that fit multiple other products out on the market, but he mainly made it for his chassis to begin with. And what's really cool about it, if you look, is it houses all of the electronics on this location, centering the weight of the truck down the middle, allowing the battery to sit in a battery tray just forward that gives you more front bias weight and down in the middle, and the overall weight gives you a better lower center of gravity. Another thing that this kit comes, or this ready to run comes with, in conjunction with the same one that the Pro is, it also comes with the BP chassis battery tray, and this is awesome. It's stellar. It's mounted directly to the frame rails, right there. You can see right there, and it holds the battery really well and as low as possible. Again, center of gravity is a huge thing when you're crawling, and honestly, you want to get the most out of it when possible. Eric Tarseno said the XR mod works well with the Gen 7. Yeah, so the XR mod is something we can definitely, touch base on. But yeah, the steering angle, like a lot of crawlers out of the box, is not going to be a ginormous, upgrade in that fashion. But again, what we're going for in this point is getting the most out of your buck, right? Doing an XR mod would consist of cutting these mounting points where the hubs connect to the axle itself completely off using brass inserts with a different set of hubs that allow for somewhere around 47 to 50 degree turn radius. It's insane. It's awesome. I do it to a lot of my other trucks and other products. It's a fun mod to do, and it gives you quite a bit of steering, almost doing U-turns in a small, space. So again, for what you're getting right here, just in this fashion, you may be looking at this thing and go, man, just, 230, 240, I mean, this other one's going for 500, 600. It must be that much better. It may start off that way, but then when you start modifying that $400 or $500 rig, you're going to end up somewhere in the $8,000, $9,000. It happens. If you're in the hobby and you like upgrading, you grow with your wants. You grow with what you're doing and enjoying, right? For the buck, getting one, and if you order one literally within the next couple of days, you can still solidify making sure you get them before Christmas. So food for thought, definitely a great product. It's stout, it's amazing. It allows for tunability, and there's a couple other features that you don't know about this BPC chassis that is amazing. If you go to bpcchassis.com, you will actually find additional parts that fit this exact ladder frame chassis, such as X braces to help support and stiffen the movement of the chassis, inward, as well as there was another thing too that they make that I love. I hate when that happens, when you're on a roll and you lose it. But yeah, he makes some other stuff that works with this chassis in that fashion. Another thing too that you can do is, depending on the angle of your axles, if you wanted to adjust that, guess what? You have availability to do so, or capability to do so. These points right here, I had my face, hopefully, there it is. These holes that you see right here, that is the inner link mount, to the suspension, to the axle, the top of the axle itself that goes right here. So that actually allows you to then, that then allows you to then change the axle's angle. So if you're getting to a point where your suspension, depending on where it lands, needs that adjustability, you have that adjustability as well. Eric makes an amazing point. I don't think there is a single RTR on the market that is 100% performing out of the box. Like, great performance out of the box. Everything you need, everything kind of needs something to be done and or adjusted in that fashion. The Gen 7 allows you to get into something at a lower price point and saving money on the upgrades portion. So instead of spending the money on the initial product, if you wanted to upgrade, you can spend that money into getting yourself a better servo, a better set of electronics if you wanted to go that route. But as a starter rig, what more can you ask for that price point? It really is right. Tony, it does not come with an overdrive, underdrive setup. And I'd have to check to see if one is available. I want to say yes, because the Everest has been out for so many years, and the axles, I do believe, are the same ones that we would find on the Everest 10. So again, great product, fun truck. If you have an itch to crawl, don't know if you want to do it, and you're looking at a competitor and saying that's $500, I don't know if I want to do that. Again, great truck. Yeah, John Henry, he said it, Vader skid, bro. Yep. The skid plate underneath, there's a couple folks that make Delrin skid plates that fit this exact profile. Delrin's a lot more slippery than the standard plastic. Doesn't hang up as much either. Great option as well. There's lots of options, guys, honestly. And that's just what you fit in between the frame rails. There's options for upgrading axles in the future if you wanted to do something different. I seen someone do one of these recently, and they had Wendigo axles on it, and it was super wide. And it just looked mean and maney, and it had a lift on it. It had 2.6s on it. This thing was awesome. You can literally, sky's the limit, changing the bodies, changing wheels and tires, adding things that make it unique to you. Again, as mentioned, in the actual Pro, you're not going to get a lot more differences aesthetically when you look at it in this fashion. A lot of the aesthetics you're going to get is going to be from the roll cage that it includes, which is a cool plus, to the scale upgrades, the scale goodies that comes with it, the skids that go on the lower pumpkins, CVAs over dog bones. What else? What else we got that is different in that fashion again? The metal spool axle carriers, the lockers will come metal instead of, a combination of metal and plastic. So again, for the extra $50, I believe it's worth it. And if you wanted to do things to it, it's a great platform to have fun with. Like I mentioned before, order within the next week. You probably should still be able to get it in time for the holiday for her, him, uh, wifey, yourself. And again, if you get in any trouble, just blame Oscar from Redcat. Tell him I did it. I sent you, and I bent your arm behind your back, and said, buy it, have fun, enjoy it. So, guys, again, when it comes to crawling in any fashion, there is never a universal setup that's going to allow you to be a great crawler. A lot of it's going to have to do with driving and the setup for the way you drive, not necessarily the setup, the secret sauce setup, the top secret setup that everyone has to have. There are a combination of things that, depending on how you drive and how you approach rocks and how you climb over them, that will make you adjust your vehicle to your liking. So keep that in mind. No matter what product you buy, whether it's from Redcat or anyone else, adjustments are going to have to be made depending on how you enjoy it. And I think that's going to be the best thing to do to get the most out of your product, no matter what you purchase. Driver mod is one. Yep. So guys, metal axle or drive shafts, great upgrade as well. I forgot about those. I love it, man. Yep. I'm gonna mess up your name, brother. I'm so sorry. It's I'm gonna say it's Skulls Yell. So sorry if I botched that. He says it's not always about the upgrades; it's about the driver's skill, and I absolutely agree. Anyone can take any product out and have fun with it, or try to have fun with it. But yeah, the more you do it, the better your skill set is. You're eyeballing rocks a lot differently. Tire placement is a huge thing, and I believe really big on combination of tires and shocks goes a long way in that fashion. But you have to know how to use them to be able to get to that point. But out of the box, buy one of these. You can go hit a trail, enjoy it, and see if it's something that you want to continue on doing some more and grow with it. Have fun with it. Make it your own. And that's all anyone can ever ask of anyone to do. Kyle McCarthy wants the earthquake to come back. Right on, brother, man. I'll make sure we add that to the list of talking points with the powers that be. Oscar, I'm on the late show. Hopefully all is well. Oh, late to the show. Hey, good, man. Anthony, appreciate it, brother, man. Hopefully you're having a great one as well. Take care. But yeah, guys, so that is it in essence, man. You guys know what you guys can get for the buck. Once again, the Sport comes in at a whopping $229. I was way off. So $229 for the Sport, while the Pro will come in at a $279 price point. So a couple bucks more for what you get. I think it's worth it if you want to be able to get more out of it. Eric Arsenio still wants his Redcat toolkit. I'm still working on the miners for the metal for that, because it's got to be stronger than steel, right? So again, guys, $229, great starter truck for your significant other, for yourself, for the kids that won't break the bank. And as it breaks and wears and tears, you can help them grow with it, right? One of the biggest things that I want you guys to take away from this, though, isn't so much just the product, isn't so much just the BPC chassis, Two Guys Trail Gear, the collaboration. It's the main fact that Redcat was approached by a vendor with this, and we said, you have a great idea. We want to do that. You make sense. And a great relationship happened out of it. So because of that, we're able to grow and bring you more cool stuff. And it's a product that sells so well even nowadays that we don't feel like we need to stop it at this point. So again, guys, from all of us here at Redcat, we look forward to talking to you guys soon. If you guys want more information on this product, see the link in the description of this video. It'll take you right to both products so that you can check them out yourself and check out the specs and see if it's something that you like. If you want more information on BPC chassis, make sure you go to bpcchassis.com where you can check out all of his products as well. Man, we hope that the beginning of the year we're going to see a lot more people out on the trails enjoying themselves. So, oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm sorry, I saw that and I had to say, we got folks from Dubai in the house. Yes, that's awesome. Worldwide. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. I love it, man. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for participating. Uh, Eric. So, guys, all right. Again, man, much love. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend ahead. Bash on, scale on, trail on, drift on, whatever it is, whatever vice that you have, hitting switches in a low rider, whatever it is, enjoy it to the fullest capacity. Keep it positive. Keep the rubber side down and have fun. From all of us here at Redcat, we wish you guys a great rest of your week, and we look forward to seeing you guys here next week. Who knows? We might even have a Monte Carlo by then. You never know.